On Hitmakers, we have a very special person who believes success is threefold, whether in music, medicine, or sports. We are pleased to have with us Trevor Friday. Dr. Trevor Friday, or shall I just call you Trevor?
Trevor. That's the name. That's what everybody called me.
Right. Welcome to Hitmakers.
Hitmakers?
Hitmakers.
Wow.
Welcome to Hitmakers.
I'm honored to be here.
Well, it's an honor having you here with us. That might sound as a strange question, but what is a doctor doing creating music?
Gee, that's easy. I'm not a man with many vices, so music keeps me in that vein. I find time to create rather than doing other things. Like, for example, going out there and drink. Instead of drinking your belly full of liquor, I prefer to stay in the studio and create things for people to dance to, people to listen to.
When did the musical bug actually bite?
That bug started when I was a kid. There's a story to that. My mother and father sent me to music school by Miss Redhead, and I could have been much better, but I had to pass across the football field to get to the music school. And every time I'm passing through the park, everybody saying, Auntie Trevor, you're going to play music, boy. And so that, I knew I had nothing like that in me. So, I just say I play football and go to music classes late. So I didn't learn much from that musical experience then. What I did do was I ended up playing for Grenada national soccer team.
The football improved.
Right, football improved at an early age. By 13 I was playing for Grenada already. And then they moved to our next teacher, hoping that things would improve. And that improved slightly. And when I got to the States, again, being in college, I'd be studying, maths, chem, and stuff like that, because I was doing pre-med at the time. And I used to find time to get into the fine arts rooms where you lock yourself into a piano and just play all night and play all day, and sometimes forgetting classes. But I was able to come through with both the music and the schoolwork. When I got to Jamaica to do medicine, I worked along with a lot of studios, making a little change here and there, producing, doing tracks and so on for Saudi artists in Jamaica. And again, my skills improved then. And then it was time to come home. And I said, listen, let me see if I could improve the standards of music in Grenada. And when I got here in '85, good friend of mine, Don Charles, had a studio in Grenville. And we hooked up and we started doing things. We're talking about doing things for almost every major artist there is in Grenada today.
Before you left Grenada, were you involved at all in playing in a band or playing music at any level?
As a matter of fact, no. I hadn't played in any bands. I used to play at my house or at people's houses. Wherever there's a piano, I'd play. So I was never in no band. Not until I came back to Grenada. I ended up in a band, Eugene Gittins, myself, Charles Bishop was the manager.
All right, tell me about that.
And Magdalene Chateau was
Maddie
was one of our lead singers.
Yeah, well, Trevor and I returned to Grenada after studying and working abroad around the same time. And we were both musicians, so we, obviously met and continued playing. And around that time, I decided to form a little group here in Grenada. I came up with an Insonic TS12 keyboard, and Trevor at that time had a Yamaha DX7, which had some great tones. I liked the tones that it had, so I invited Trevor to come join my band because I really wanted some of those, wanted that keyboard in the band. And he joined and added a real nice dimension to the band.
We only played one gig, and that was it. The band dissolved.
We had a big show at the Sugar Mill to launch the band. That was Scratch's place, and well-attended, beautiful show. And the band broke up shortly afterwards.
Well, were you that bad, or you fought? What was it?
It was a combination of things. You know, little problems here and there.
Too many talented people in one band.
I don't want to step on anybody's toes, but
band members being what they are.
Yes.
Conflicts.
Yes, conflicts.
Conflicts.
Good word, conflicts.
Yeah. You said early on about the school and going through the park.
Yeah.
And being teased, call you Auntie
Trevor, man.
Auntie Trevor. All right. So when you went through all this and you came back, because you said you came here with the intention of improving the music scene in Grenada.
Yeah.
When you saw the state it was at the time, or the standard, what were you sort of elated because it was high, or crestfallen because it was low?
Well, you know, we were just coming off that the PRG days, and I think during the PRG days there weren't many bands around. There's more DJ things going on, so a lot of the musical skills, I think, were not there when I got here. So the standard was not of the best, you know. And they needed to have musicians, and we still do. It's still a problem in Grenada today, where because of a lack of enough music schools, you know, I'm not saying we don't have, but enough music schools and music being taught at school level, we are not able to get, you know, good keyboard players, bass players, and so forth, as we should.
Where do you think the responsibility lies then? Is it with individuals, or is it with government, or where do you think it lies?
I think it's a combination of events that have to happen. I think the government needs to take this thing to another level and say, hey, listen, let us spend money on that, and they have. I'm not saying they have not. But I think more needs to be done.